Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astro Guide Mysore. Today we will discuss, continuing the subject of planets becoming combust, let us discuss the combustion of Mars. We know that Mars is the planet just after Earth, and it has been told that it is like Earth, it is the brother of Earth, many things else. But the aggressiveness of Mars is the one which is actually very prime signification of Mars. But people only know about the aggressiveness of Mars. People think that Martians are very, rough, they are courageous, valor, but many things are there which actually we do not attribute much to Mars, which is a very important signification of Mars, and that is logic. So, a lot of people do not attribute this particular factor of logic to Mars, which is very important. Particularly, people who are lawyers need Mars because they need to speak on the public stage, they need to argue in court, they need to go through humiliations, a lot of failures. It's not that every lawyer will win the case on the first day. He has to go through a lot of steps one after the other. The same way, a person who has to fight out in the marketing field, you know how tough it is to achieve targets. So, Martian is the one who never sees back. He will always see in the front. He will always progress further and further. So, as we know, Sun has many significations. I have used some of the significations of Sun when I have done the topic on combustion of Jupiter. Here, with regard to the combustion of Mars, I am using certain significations of Sun which actually has a very huge impact on Mars when Mars gets combust. So what happens when Mars gets combust is Mars comes very close to Sun. So I have taken combustion of every other planet other than Mercury and Venus as to 7 degrees. So within 7 degrees from Sun, Mars gets combust. The closer it comes to Sun, the more the combust it becomes. That means it becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. So it is 50% of strength when it is totally combust. Some of them actually attribute 0, but I don't make it 0. So there will be a strength of a planet which will escape the fierceness of Sun and still will come to Earth. That those beautiful rays of Mars will still come to Earth. Maybe it's benefic or malefic, but the Mars influence will be there. But 50% is a huge transformation if it happens due to combustion. So, let us take one by one. If Sun is ego and Mars is aggression, then a combust Martian, a Martian with a combust Mars, that is within, let us say, close to 3.5 degrees or 4 degrees from Sun, these people, they try to gain superiority or power through muscle power, physical power. So they try to gain superiority through physical power. So that means these people will actually show their might, their valor, and try to gain that status in the society. If it is malefically placed, if this combustion is having Rahu, then Gundaism, outright Gundaism or rowdyism can be seen. But if it is just combust, you can't tell everybody a Gunda, but you can tell that this person will have the power, the might, which he might use sometimes to secure his position or retain his position in the society. Sun, the second Karakatva now, the Sun means father, and Mars means blood. The strength of the potency of blood is seen from sun, but the red blood corpuscles and all those things, the other strength of blood is also seen from Mars. So we both have Sun and Mars in the red color only. It is Rakta Varnam, Rakta Malyam, Bharadaram. So it is all red, red, and red. So father, that is the father of the native, and because Mars is blood, if both come close together and Mars is combust, then the father of the native might go through ailments of hypertension, that is high BP, and heart ailments, also problems of the stomach like ulcer, etc. So these are the major significations, and that's why I am saying this. And even if Mars becomes the fourth lord or Sun becomes the fourth lord, the mother also might go through these types of problems. It's not that it's always father, because Sun is the representative of father and Mars is the representative of siblings. So when Mars gets combust with Sun, you can see in many of the charts where Mars is combust, he will be the last of the children. That is, he will be the youngest of the children, and after him there will be very less children. And if he is the only child, then it will not be, he will be the only child. He will not have elder brothers or younger siblings. So sometimes it happens. We need to see the other things also. We need to see the third house, how the third house is placed, even the Saturn, how Saturn placed in all these things. So Sun also means healthy agricultural production, that is good food crops. And Mars means dryness, fire, and acrid situations where it is very dry and acidic. So when this happens, when Mars and Sun combine and Mars goes through combustion, I will not repeat this anymore. Famine, forest fires can happen, and this is the mundane astrology to be seen. And fire can also happen, like now the bombing is happening. It's a very unfortunate thing that peaceful settlement is not happening. So war is also seen through this particular type of combustion. Okay, Sun means good looking, bright, and king-like, royal kind of a stature. And Mars is rough, rugged, a bodybuilder kind of a person. So what happens is when Mars gets too close to Sun, let us say within 1 degree, unethical bodybuilding can happen. That is, people taking shots, taking drugs, unnecessarily taking too much of protein and all these things to pump up their body, to show that physical pumped body where they can go for body building competitions, which actually is unethical. Taking steroids or anabolic steroids, these are all unethical, but that is seen because these people will lose the logic. They want to achieve the goal, but not in an ethical, logical way. They will simply want to achieve the goal. So logic fails when Mars totally gets combust. Okay. Sun is for health, the heat, which is actually Pachana Shakti, that is good digestion strength, and also is known as Dhanavantari, that is medicinal. He is the Adhipati, that is the Lord for all Ayurvedic medicine, natural organic medicine, the herbs. Sun is the Lord for that. And Mars is for friction. It is the lightning, it is the friction, it is the fire which can suddenly drop anywhere. It is the heat of the coal. It is burning fire actually, it is not even coal. Garma, that is what is the Sukta, Garma Sukta, is referred to be one of the faces of Rudra. The Adidevata is Sun there. But here Mars means forest fire, aimless. So when these two combine too close, then inner burning will start. That is, this is health issues I am trying to tell you, inflammations. Pitta, that is the bile, will become a prominent issue of the three humors. We know that Vata, Pitta, Kapha. These are the three humors, that is phlegmatic, and Pitta means acidic, and Vata means airy, that is gaseous nature. So here Pitta, that is acidic nature, will increase, and this can give ulcers, piles, fistula, colon cancer. You can so many things are there. It doesn't mean that everybody has this combination will go through all these types of difficult diseases. It all depends on how your chart is totally placed. But this is the tendency, acne on the face, the ruggedness on the face. You get these chicken pox or acne which actually burst, and then you have that uneven face which is there throughout your life. And this happens because of this type of a combination in the Lagna or in the second house or along with the Lagna, that is the ascendant lord. So, Sun represents bone and Mars represents friction, breakage, fracture. Very simple. Accidents. Or also because of some objects hitting you, or even in a bad situation when there are malefic combinations of Rahu or retro Saturn, you can, people, not you, sorry, I'll take back that particular sentence. I can't simply refer unity, and me and you will not use those words. We can tell that there can be attacks by weapons, because an accident happens and you go and hit some iron object, the object hits somewhere on your shin bone and it breaks, then it's a fracture. It's even as good as astra, that is even as good as the weapon hitting you. But there is no person trying to hit you, there is no person assaulting. But if there is a malefic combination, if the 6th lord or the 8th lord is malefically posited along with this combination, there is a chance that there can be assault. In cases of assault and in Prashna Shastra, we see this particular combination of Mars and Sun, if they get combust along with Rahu in the 6th house in the Prashna, or in the 8th house in the Prashna, or even in the 11th house, we can see that this is a dangerous thing which can happen. So, Sun means they are frank, bold and opinionated. They have their opinions, and their opinions, they are sure about it. And Mars is rough, aimless and power thirsty, and they have a lot of energy. Here, because it is combust, I am telling aimless, because that logic fails. So these people, when Mars is combust, this particular combination will fuse together and become like they are always ready to fight. Any small pretext, a very small instant, there is not much to, even unnecessarily they will rake up a fight, and it will become like that. So that's what is a weak, debilitated Mars which is combust. People can't, take it anymore. They will get frustrated. In jobs, people having 10th Lord Mars and getting combust, these people can't take, humiliation after humiliation. They have a particular level of patience, and after that the logic will fail. They can throw the paper on the face on the table and simply walk out. So these people don't think about anything when their respect is on the edge. So now again going to the different types of jobs a person can get, a profession a person can get, a very different type of a combination I am just trying to tell you now. Sun means hilly areas, stony areas, and not mountainous, hilly, small hills and stony areas with all types of thorny plants. We call it as a tropical thorny shrub forest. That is what is Sun. And Mars is a place where you can have livestock. Mars represents livestock. So all these shepherding, cow herding, goats, all types of animal husbandry comes under Mars. So if it is combust, a person should not invest into these types of meat industries or animal husbandry industries because he may go through sudden losses. So we need to see if Mars is well positioned, only then a person has to go into these industries. Okay. I have two more points here. So beautiful points. So sun means confidence, the strength to tell that I know what I am doing and I can do it perfectly and without anybody's guidance. This is what is called as confidence. Since sun has that confidence and Mars has logic, he will tell I know how to do it and I will do it practically and realistically. That's what is Mars. And because of this failure of logic and overconfidence will prevail, and because of that, people may go through too much of failures in stockbroking. This is very important because stockbroking has eaten up many people's life, and families have gone from well-to-do families have become simply bankrupt only because of illogical investments. So that has to be very important. And we also know that sun means fire and Mars is real estate, buildings, high-rise buildings comes under Jupiter, but Mars is real estate, that is all sorts of regular buildings, the houses, and big things like marketing businesses, big establishments like industries, all these comes under Mars. And when fire mixes with this, then people go through losses because of fire accidents, damages because of short circuits, because of accidental fire, the factories burn down, and this is also one dangerous thing. So when Mars is combust and where it is combust is very important in the chart. We need to see all these points. So I have given some points. There are many more points, but I am not able to give you all the points in one lecture because it will be too much. So let us go slowly. So I will be doing these types of videos for many more years. Until I am there, I think I will be trying to give out as many videos as I can, as much as my education and my knowledge and my experience permits. So God bless. Thank you very much for today's class.